Welcome to Across the Globe. Today we will learn about model deployment basics. Model deployment is the stage in machine learning where a trained model is integrated into a production environment to generate predictions on new data. It entails creating an interface, like an API, to allow users to interact with the model and receive real-time predictions. For example, a model deployed for a stock trading platform would continuously evaluate market data and suggests investment decisions based on its predictions. When preparing to deploy a model in Python, it is essential to serialize or save the model to a file format that the deployment environment can seamlessly load and utilize. Libraries such as pickle or joblib can be employed for this task. For instance, in a machine learning project where a trained model needs to be deployed for real-time application, serializing the model using pickle enables storing the model in a file, ensuring smooth and efficient model loading during the deployment phase. An API, application programming interface, serves as a protocol or a set of rules that enables various software applications to interact with one another. In the context of machine learning, frameworks such as Flask or Django in Python can be leveraged to construct an API. Through this API, users can submit data inputs, which are then forwarded to a machine learning model for prediction. Once the prediction is made, it is conveyed back to the user. For instance, this mechanism can be employed to create a data prediction API for a weather forecasting system. Users input location-specific data, the API processes it through a weather prediction model, and subsequently returns the forecast to the users. After developing an API, the next step involves deploying the model to a server or cloud platform for access by external applications or users. Services from platforms such as Heroku, AWS, or Azure enable the deployment and management of machine learning models. For instance, a company that has created a recommendation system using machine learning can deploy it on AWS to allow users to receive personalized recommendations through a mobile app. This deployment allows the model to be accessed and utilized by multiple users concurrently. To serialize a trained model in Python using the joblib library, you can use the joblib.dump model.pkl function. This line of code saves the trained model to a file named model.pkl. Subsequently, to create a simple API using the Flask framework, you would begin by importing necessary modules such as Flask, request, and JSONify. Next, you would create a Flask application instance using apple's Flask name. Following this, you define a route for the API, for example, with app.route/predict methods post, which specifies an endpoint/predict, where clients can send post requests to make predictions using the model. Additionally, you would need to implement a function, such as defPredict, that extracts and processes the input data from the post request, performs predictions using the trained model, and returns the predicted results in JSON format using return JSON of prediction. Finally, by executing if core name equals the score main point, ape.run port equals 5000, you start the Flask application on a specified port, e.g. port 5000, to make the API accessible. This allows clients to send HTTP post requests to the specified endpoint/predict and receive predictions in the response. In practice, this setup allows for model serialization using joblib and the creation of a simple API using Flask to serve predictions based on the serialized model. Analog. Deploying a model is like opening a new restaurant. Just as a restaurant needs a location server to serve food, a model needs a server to make predictions. Like training chefs to cook dishes, you need to train your model to perform well before deploying it. Once the restaurant is ready, it needs to advertise to bring in customers, similar to how a model needs to be promoted to get users. Continuously collecting feedback and reviews to improve the restaurant's menu is akin to updating and enhancing your model based on user feedback. Hey, Code Conquerors, ready to level up? With TechLearn ATG, showcase your skills with official course certificates. Just visit our site and start. Need that extra boost? Get tailored learning, 24/7 support, and expert guidance. Coding smarter, growing faster, and making learning fun. Go to our website across the globe, www.atg.world. The Python code provided above serves as an analogy between model deployment and opening a new restaurant. Let's discuss the key steps in the code in the context of this analogy. 1. Data preparation. This step involves preparing the ingredients for the restaurant, symbolizing the data needed to train the model. In the code, random data features and labels Y are generated. 2. Model training. Just like training chefs to cook dishes, the model is trained using the prepared data. The random forest classifier model is trained on a portion of the data. 3. Model evaluation. This step is akin to tasting the food to ensure quality. Here, the model's accuracy is computed by comparing the predicted labels with the actual labels on the test set. 4. Model deployment. Opening the restaurant is equivalent to deploying the model. This step typically involves setting up a server like Flask, Django, or Fast API to serve the model predictions to end users. 5. Model promotion. After deploying the model, it's crucial to attract users, akin to advertising the restaurant to attract customers. Strategies like social media campaigns or partnerships can be used to promote the model. 6. Collecting feedback. Gathering reviews and feedback to improve the restaurant is like collecting user feedback to improve the model. This feedback loop helps in continuously updating the model based on real-world usage. By following these steps, the code showcases how a machine learning model deployment process can be likened to the journey of opening and running a successful restaurant, ensuring quality and continuous improvement to meet the needs of the customers. Model deployment basics can be compared to setting up a manufacturing line for a new product as well. Just like deploying a model involves making it available for use, launching a new product involves setting up its production line efficiently. Testing and ensuring the model's accuracy before deployment align with quality assurance processes in manufacturing. Both tasks require careful planning, execution, and continuous improvement to meet user expectations and business goals. Across the globe, various industries leverage model deployment practices to enhance their operations, from retail optimizing inventory management with predictive models to healthcare using AI algorithms for disease diagnosis. Efficient model deployment not only improves decision-making processes, but also drives innovation and competitiveness in today's fast-paced markets. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next video.